All righty, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Tony Kano, aka Cashflow Kano, and I am super excited to be sharing some valuable information with all of you guys today. So, first and foremost, before we go ahead and we even dive into this, if you're familiar with Forex and you have been somewhat getting involved with this skill set, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat box. But if you have no idea what Forex is, right, and you're still getting used to it, go ahead and drop a 2 in the chat box, right? I want to see who's new and who is already warm to this market already. Alrighty, guys, it looks like we're getting quite a few ones. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Everybody's pretty familiar with these markets. Perfect. Awesome. So that already necessarily puts you guys a step ahead, right? So what exactly are we going to be going over? The very first main ingredient, okay? And that is your mindset, ladies and gentlemen. Without proper mindset, okay, you will terribly fail with this skill set, okay? You have got to have a mindset to where you're always changing and adapting, just like these markets, right? The markets are always changing and adapting. So what do we have to do as individuals? We have to be willing to change and adapt, right? It's the same case scenario, okay? Now, I have a ton of notes that I want to go through with you guys. So make sure you guys have your notebooks out, okay? Because this is going to get saucy. This is going to be very blunt, and this is going to be straight to the point, okay? Now, the main thing that I want to go over, okay, as a trader, you no longer have emotions, right? Whether you're winning or you're losing, you are no longer attached to the money. Okay. Now, what I mean by that is you're not trading bill money. You're not trading money that you financially need. This is money that you are no longer attached to. You are 100% okay with losing this money if it comes down to the worst case scenario. Okay. That is rule number one. You cannot be attached to any type of money when it comes to this skill set. Right. I really hope you guys are writing this stuff down. Now, you have to be motivated to learn and have fun, right? You have to be motivated to learn and have fun with this skill set because this is a skill set that's going to take time, right? It's going to take a process. And within this time and that process, you're becoming the best individual you possibly can, right? Because that's all this skill set is becoming the best individual you can every single day, right? Somebody could profit $1,000 in the market and you profit $100,000, or somebody could profit $10,000 and you only profit 1,000, right? There's always somebody not doing as good as you, and there's always somebody doing better than you, right? So that's why we always tell you guys, never compare yourself to anybody else but yourself, right? Because no matter what, there's always somebody doing less than you and more than you, right? So the only person that you're in battle with is necessarily yourself, okay? And now you have to have fun with this process because at the end of the day, like I said, you're becoming the best version of yourself, right? And when you become the best version of yourself, what happens? You have emotion control, right? You are no longer attached to the money. You are attached to the impact. You are attached to the outcome, the results, right? You can't be attached to these short-term goals, guys, right? Money is always going to be there. Okay. Now, the next thing I want to bring up is you got to stay consistent even on days you don't want to, right? And that could be as far as back testing. That could be as far as, figuring out your strategy, messing with your demo account, whatever the case scenario may be, right? You have to be consistent and you have to stay disciplined even on bad days. Okay. You have to understand, as a human being, we are not perfect and we are going to have bad days, guys. It's part of the process. Okay? Nobody here is perfect. I want you guys, especially if you're a perfectionist, right? I used to be a super big perfectionist. Nothing could go without it being 100% perfect, without me being, without me even taking that initial step. It had to be 100% perfect. Don't be that person. Don't be a perfectionist when it comes to this skill set, right? Because you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. It's part of the process. We are human beings and we are not perfect, okay? Can we be perfect sometimes? Absolutely. But we cannot be perfect 100% of the time, all day, every day, 365 days out of the year, right? It's just physically and mentally impossible. Okay. But yet we can always become that better and higher version of who we were the previous day. Okay. So it's very, very important that you continuously grow. Now, work ethic beats any type of talent. Okay. They say it takes 10,000 hours to master a skill set. So how fast are you willing to put in 10,000 hours into these markets so that way you can master this skill set? Right? Because that's what it necessarily comes down to. How fast and how hard are you willing to work to put in those 10,000 hours? Right? Because at the end of the day, hard work outbeats talent. Okay? I'll say that 10 times. Hard work outbeats talent, guys, no matter what. Okay? Now, as a trader, as an investor, you cannot be weak-minded. Okay? You cannot be weak-minded, right? And let me elaborate on this, right? As in weak-minded, you can't be scared to lose a trade. You can't be scared to fail or mess up or, pick the wrong currency or the wrong lot size or, end up opening up your stop loss by mistake or, moving your take profit. It gets nowhere. Like, guys, you have to be willing to fail forward, right? Any type of failure you're making is a lesson towards your process, right? So the biggest improvement that I made, right, is every day as a trader, I would wake up and be like, okay, what am I going to fail at today so I can move forward in the right direction, right? I wanted to fail. I still want to fail on a daily basis so I can become that better individual, guys. You have got to fail forward, right? Every time you learn, you're going through a lesson, right? Every time you lose in the market, it's a lesson, right? So there's a specific reason why we call these lessons, right? It's because you have to go through the lessons in order to get to the blessings. I'm going to say that again. You have to go through the lessons in order to get through the blessings, right? So you have to go through the process. Now, like I said, you must always be able to adapt and change. That's very, very important. And now, just like a rank, guys, right? Same thing with the rank. When you see people, hitting ranks on ranks on ranks, why are they doing that? Because they are not attached to the money. They are attached to the impact. They are attached to their passion behind why they're doing it, right? It's the same case scenario here. So you have to completely disconnect from the money you're putting in your trading account. I cannot stress that enough, guys. Now, on top of that, you have to show humility, right? Now, what do I mean by that? You have to be willing to show humility, whether you're winning and losing, right? You have to be willing to show those growing pains because you are exactly what you grow through, right? You are exactly what you grow through, all right? Now, on top of that, you have got to remain humble at all costs. Otherwise, the markets will humble you. I'm going to say that again. If you're coming to learn this skill set, guys, you have got to remain humble at all costs. Otherwise, These markets will humble you. Okay? You're either going to learn through a learning curve from somebody who's gone through these experiences and these growing pains, or you're going to go through the experiences yourself, right? Like me, I'm very hard-headed. I'm very stubborn, right? So what did I have to do? I had to go through these experiences myself in order to get to the next level. Some of you might have to go through those experiences to get to the next level, right? Because me, or Nicholas or Rashila or Sniper H or Chris, right? Whatever the case scenario may be, not always what we're saying you're going to take and completely capitalize, right? You have to be willing to go through those experiences yourself. Okay. Now, on top of that, I'm going to come back to emotions, right? I know I kicked it off with this, but this is so important, right? 90% of emotion control will literally take you to the next level. 90% of emotion control will take you to the next level, because to complete that other 100% is the 10% skill, right? Rather it's learning the terminology, or learning a trading strategy, or learning what a pip is, or what a currency is, or what Forex is, or what the differences in the markets are as far as Forex, crypto, binary, indices, you know, the whole 9 yards, guys, right? It's the same case scenario. I'm sorry, that was probably loud. It's the same case scenario, okay? Now, the last thing that I want to bring up, okay, is as a mindset to completely attack these markets properly, you have to have a trading plan, right? You have to have a philosophy, right? And a lot of you might not know what a philosophy. It's like a hypothesis, right? You have to give yourself perspective, right? So, for example, let's say you have a philosophy of, I have to make $500 in order for me to walk away from my 9 to 5, right? I have to make $500 every single day for me to be able to walk away from my 9 to 5, right? Now, on a monthly or on a weekly basis, that's right around, you guys can correct me if my math is wrong, right around like $2,500 on a weekly basis, right? Now, on a yearly basis, that's right around $120,000-$130,000, right? You're giving yourself a philosophy here, right? You're giving yourself a goal here, right? But you don't want to be so specific to where you're like, okay, if I don't hit my $500 goal, I'm going to keep trading, right? Let's just bring up an example here, right? Let's say you have a goal of $500. You end up trading, you hit $460, right? Now, at the end of the day, you're like, okay, I didn't hit my goal, right? I need $500. Now, mentally, you're telling yourself, I have to keep going. I have to keep going because you didn't necessarily hit your goal. Well, now you take this next trade and it completely goes against your analysis. And now you're only up $100 for the day, right? So you have to be willing to understand that if you shoot for the moons and you land on the stars, guess what? You're still good, right? So you have to set up a philosophy for yourself, right? I know Rashila's philosophy, $1,000 a day keeps the job away, right? So her goal is to literally make $1,000 a day, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Now, on a weekly basis, that's incredible. On a yearly basis, that's incredible. Now put this into perspective. Let's say you guys are at your 9 to 5 and you're receiving signals. And now all you're doing is literally tapping buttons on your phone to make money. You're tapping buttons on your phone to make money while you're at work making more money. Guys, this is revolutionary for you to literally change your life behind a screen, right? You don't have to talk to a soul in order for you to make money from these markets. Okay? So when you're at work and you're receiving signals or even just doing your own technical analysis and fundamentals, and you're taking trades at work and you're making 20, 50, 500, 5,000, $50,000 at work, guys, that's what's going to get you to the next level. You have to stay disciplined to get to that next level, right? So have a philosophy, have a hypothesis, give yourself perspective that's going to keep you to reality, right? And not looking at all these people who are making, like, for example, most people saw Leo blow up his account, $159,000. I kid you guys not, $159,000 in less than 24 hours. And you know, a lot of people, they'll look at that and they'll get intimidated. Guys, don't do that to yourself. Give yourself a philosophy that's going to keep you on track. Okay? Now, on top of that, you have to give yourself perspective, right? So within this philosophy, you have to keep it legit with yourself, right? So for example, if you want to literally walk away from your 9 to 5, you have to have a trading plan, right? What is your philosophy? How much do you have to personally make on a daily basis for you to walk away from your 9 to 5? How much do you have to make on a weekly basis? How much do you have to make on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis for you to be able to walk away from your 9 to 5, right? That's the philosophy you have to tell yourself. For me, and for Rashila and Nicholas, guys, what we had to do is create a philosophy, right? Here's another example, right? This is a building example. Me and Nicholas made a philosophy that we're going to hit diamond within our first month, right? We completely shot for the moon, guys. But where did we land? On the stars. Within 21 days, we closed out emerald, right? And then from the bonuses, we almost made 14K, right? So we had a philosophy to make $30,000 in our first month, okay? But within 21 days, we were able to secure damn near half of that, right? So since we gave ourselves a philosophy, we were able to give ourselves a perspective, right? And when you have perspective, that's when it comes to reality, right? And now what a lot of people will call this is the law of universe, the law of attraction, right? So I want all of you on this call, if you can turn your camera on, turn your camera on. I want all of you guys to write down this philosophy right now. Everybody pull out a blue pen. Blue pens are my favorite because they're better on your eyes. I don't know what it is about a blue pen, but they're just good for human characteristics, guys. These are when you know you're taking them money notes, okay? Is when you got that blue pen out. Now, I want you guys to write down this philosophy, okay? This philosophy helped me hit 6 figures within 41 days back in a previous company that I was a part of, okay? Now, what this philosophy has to say, this is pretty much like a hypothesis, guys, right? It's giving you that perspective, okay? So, I am, right? You're talking about yourself. You're talking to the universe at this point. I am, right? I'm talking to the universe. I am so happy and grateful. I am so happy and grateful now that I make specific amount of money every single day. Now we're going to get even more specific. I am so happy and grateful now that I make a specific amount of money on a daily basis, right? Now have a specific date and year. I want you guys to write a specific date and year, right? So just for an example, okay, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm making $500 a day by May 25th, 2021, right? That is literally just an example, guys, okay? I am so happy and grateful now that I am making $500 a day by May 25th, 2021, right? This is a philosophy. This is giving yourself perspective. Now, I challenge you. I literally challenge you guys to read this every single day you get up, every single time you put it in your wallet, right? Because a lot of people, what do? They spend money. And what do you have to do before you spend money? Open up your wallet. So I want you guys to all put this in your wallet, right? And the reason why is because every time you open up your wallet to spend something, I want you to read this card. I am so happy and grateful now that I make this on a daily basis by, right? Every time you spend money, I want you to read this card to yourself. Every time you wake up in the morning, I want you to read this card to yourself. I want you guys are probably going to think I'm crazy right now, but ready? This is what I used to do, right? A lot of people think this stuff is corny. A lot of people think that they cannot do what I do to get to that next level. Guess what, guys? I'm no better than you, right? What did I have to do? I had to sit there and tell myself in the mirror, I am so happy and grateful now that I am a six-figure earner. I am so happy and grateful now that I am a six-figure earner. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a six-figure earner. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a six-figure earner. I am so happy and grateful now that I'm a six-figure earner. Guys, over and over and over and over. Now, what is that all you're going to think about? What is your perspective now thinking about? Six figures, right? Now, when you have all this disbelief and all this combobulation and all these people and all these naysayers and haters, right? When they're talking, guess what? Your perspective, don't get bothered by it because this is all you're thinking about. Right? This is so important that you guys understand the mindset behind a successful individual or behind a successful trader or behind a successful business owner, right? It's the same calibrations. Now, like I said, every time you wake up, every time you go to sleep, every time you spend money, I want you to read this specific card. This could be a goal as far as trading. This could be a goal as far as just personal life, maybe personal health. Maybe you want to, gain a specific amount of weight, right? Like I'm on a journey right now. I'm trying to bulk up, guys. Maybe you're on a specific journey to where you want to lose weight. Maybe you're on a journey to where you want to crack six figures. Maybe you're on a journey to where you just want to impact a specific amount of people's lives, right? Get specific with yourself. The more specific you are with the universe, guess what? The more specific your results will then be, and in return, in favor for you to then capitalize, right? So get to the next level. You have to be willing to do the corny stuff, right? A lot of people, they won't read the books. They won't take the notes. Guys, I have notes on notes for the team to literally go over trading information. I mean, I could literally just go through all of these notes, guys. I mean, you have to be willing to do the corny shit. Excuse my language. If you don't do the corny shit, you will not get to the next level. I promise you that. Okay? Because how you do anything is how you do everything. I'm going to say that again. How you do anything is how you do everything. There is no way of cutting short success, taking shortcuts, whatever the case scenario. There's none of that. Guys, what does it take to be successful? Hard work. Hard work works. What does it take to be successful? Hard work. Because hard work works. Hard work outbeats talent any given day, right? So like I said, how fast are you willing to put in those 10,000 hours within these charts to learn this skill set? How long are you willing to do the corny shit and read your goal card and read your philosophy to get in the right perspective, to get in the right mindset, right? If you can control your conscious and your subconscious mind, the world is yours. You have the world by the grip of your hands. if you can't understand your subconscious and your conscious mind. Because at that point, the roll tides, when the roll tides, you're tiding with the roll tide, guys. Like you're making the waves. You're no longer waiting on the waves. You're making the waves. Because guess what? It's the law of universe. It's the law of attraction. It's how it works, right? How many times are you willing to tell yourself you're a six-figure earner on a daily basis? Because I guarantee you there's 500 million people telling you that you're not going to be successful, right? So how many times do you have to tell yourself that you're going to be successful before all of that gets pushed back? And now your perspective is in control because you know how to control your perspective, right? So always be willing to do the corny stuff, guys. This is what got me to the next level. This is what got Rashila to the next level. This is what going to get you to the next level, right? So with that being said, guys, I wanted this call to literally be 30 minutes. We're pretty much 30 minutes right on the dot. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Now, if any of you guys have any type of questions about what we just went over, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor. I'll have Nicholas open up the floor, and I am more than willing to answer any type of questions that you guys have for me.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Drop some fire in the chat for Tony. That was awesome. You got me all pumped up and motivated, and I'm sure you did the same for everybody else. So anybody, open up your lines. Tell us what you learned. Don't be shy. Like, open up your lines. Let's see what you learned from this.
Do the corny shit.
That's right. I'm going to make that a t-shirt.
I mean, literally, because it makes you feel corny while you're doing it, no lie. But the more I do it, the better I see the world around me, react to what it is that I'm doing, that intention, and have fun.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, I appreciate all of the love. Appreciate it all. If anybody, please, if you guys want to take the floor, it is all yours. I don't want to take up the spotlight. Like I said, I wanted this to be a half-hour call. I wanted to come with the heat. But guys, it takes mindset, right? 90% mindset, 10% skill. If you can't understand those calculations, then you're going to have a hard time, right? So be willing to do the corny stuff, because that's what's going to get you to the next level, guys.
Yeah, and guys, we're recording this, so, if somebody's got some sauce to drop for the people that didn't make it, Rashila, Kwan, if you guys want to add something about mindset and stuff, the floor is yours. Can people unmute themselves? Or yeah, you guys can, right?
Yeah, it should be
I think Nicole was saying something.
Okay, Nicole, you there? Nicole, are you free, or I'm not sure if she's home.
One thing that stuck out to me is not being emotionally attached to the money. I really have to work towards that. I'm working towards that every single day. And I realize when I'm not emotional, when I say, you know what, I'm just going to put it in there, take these trades, I do so much better than when I'm overthinking. So I needed to hear that. That's what I'm going to take away mostly from this, is just doing it, not being attached to it, and just rolling with the lessons and the reward that comes with it.
Awesome. Thank you, Tori.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm actually glad you brought that up, Tori, because here's a solution, right? Because a lot of people are like, well, how do you trade money that you're not necessarily attached to? Well, the best solution I can give you guys is, start creating necessarily a savings trading account, right? Don't legit make a savings trading account, right? Because we all know what the banks do with our money here. Let's be real here. But at the end of the day, right? Let's say you get your weekly paycheck for the week. You then take that paycheck and now you take maybe 10% of it, put it to the side, right? Treat it like a savings account. And now this money that you got to your savings account, let's say, you're saving $25 per check. Now, after a month, you're looking at, $7,500. Now, 2-3 months down the road, you have $300 that you can invest into your trading account, right? So this is just different types of solutions that you can, necessarily implement. But I'm sure there's other ways that people go about this as well. Me personally, I'm just to a point to where I just take my funds. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. You know what I mean? I'm not necessarily attached to it because I'm only willing to invest what I'm willing to lose, right? I'm only willing to invest what I'm willing to lose. Okay. So whatever you're willing to invest, be prepared that you're willing to lose it if anything goes bad in any type of case scenario.
If I can piggyback off of that just a little, as hard as it is to say, something that Rashila mimics and most of your leaders will, is that it's not a get rich quick scheme. It is a get rich faster, system, but because it's not a get rich quick scheme, from experience, do not take money that you can't, your rent money, our car notes, our bill money, our food money. We want to make sure that we keep the money that is for us in our pockets, and then you want to invest with what you have. If you don't have anything to invest, that's why you guys hear us put a focus on building, because it is a great way to help other people make money, as it tends to give you what you need to fund your account. Now, it's not mandatory, but it's just a very strategic way to help people like myself. When I didn't have the extra money to kind of invest into the markets, I was able to show other people who did have the money. It blessed me in return, and that's how I began to fund my account. So just, keep in mind when we say don't be attached to the money, the thought process is have faith in your analysis. You don't want to just hop in blindly, and then that'll also help you detach from it, because either it's going to hit TP or it's going to hit stop loss. And either way it goes, we know that there are risks associated to trading. But the good thing about us being on this platform is that, what are the risks? 80% that you're going to win. We have an excellent company that we're with. And so if you think about it that way, that might help you guys be a little more calm too. That's something that I've been working on. Set it, forget it. Set it and forget it. Unless you go in and it's blue and you're happy with what you see, take what you see, not what you want if you're satisfied, because it is trading. And as we're all going through the WOW Academy, we all understand that there are risks associated to trading. So make sure you manage those risks properly. If you ever have questions or concerns or worries or inquiries about that, you guys are blessed to be on the best team that there is in the industry. And we have some badass traders on our team. So always feel free to reach out and get the information that you need. But from my heart to y'all, as we care about you, we want to see you win. Let's just make sure that we're investing strategically and intelligently.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, China. So I notice like sometimes you guys will hit me up or hit Tony up and say, why did this trade go this way? And, don't feel shy to talk about your losses. That's the only way you can improve. Like one person, I won't say what their name is, but they messaged me and they showed me their negative trades. And they're like, why am I losing so much? And I said, if you take, if you say that I'm going to do $1 a pip and you open all 5 positions at 0.1, you're actually doing $5 a pip now. I said, you should break that up into 0.02. Right now, if the trade goes bad, you're going to lose the equivalent of what would have been $1 a pip. And, you don't want to compound losses. I would honestly tell you guys when you're beginning, just go for take profit 1, because when you have 5 positions open, oh man, it's craziness. But Tony can probably talk more about that is, you have to ease into this.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to, risk management with your lot sizes and stuff like that, yeah, you can always compound trade and twin trade and, do all that fancy stuff. But, when you're really getting your foot in the water, what I recommend doing is, have your stop loss, your take profit, whether it's a buy or whether it's a sell, whatever the case scenario may be. Just make sure you have your stop loss, your take profit, and just open one simple trade, And the only take profit you're necessarily focused on is your first take profit, because, most beginners, they'll come in and be like, oh, I'm going to go for take profit 3, Tony. And it's like, calm down, pump the brakes 10 speed, right? Because at this point, this trade could hit take profit 1 and completely go in the other direction, guys, right? So you have to be prepared for that type of stuff. So when you're strategically taking these trades for risk to reward, at this point, you're now in a position to where if it hits your TP1 or it's getting close to your TP1, you can either close out the trade or open it up to the next TP that's available, right? But this is stuff that you guys will start to learn in time. Okay. But, you know, as a beginner, just focus on your stop loss and focus on the first take profit. Does anybody else have anything before we go ahead and close out? This has been a phenomenal call, guys.
Let me just look at the chat and make sure we didn't miss any questions.
I'll say something. It's Nicole.
What's going on?
I just wanted to go ahead and thank Tony and Nicholas for an amazing leadership team that you guys have created with this particular opportunity. You know, coming from other opportunities, we're definitely spoiled over here with you guys because you have been with us every single step of the way. We can't say that we're not led. We can't say that we're lost. We can't say that we don't know the next move. If anything, there is an abundance of resources. And I know for myself, sometimes, you know, being at work all day, there's something in the evening you can catch. If you are, you know, working in the day and you haven't, there's something at night you can catch. And then also for Rashila, I just want to give her a big shout out on this. Just because of her
let's go.
Yeah, I mean, just amazing. I see her helping people who's not on her team, you know. Meet myself, I'm not on her team, and she spent some private hours with me trying to help me get going. And I'm like, you know, why would you do something like this? And she's like, hey, listen, it's one team, one mission, you know. We're all working to help each other and to help Nicholas and Tony rank up, because guess what? We want to be the biggest team in the Lion's Den, right? We want to help our leaders grow so that we can all grow together. And I just really appreciate all the love from everybody. Shy also, I called her up and I'm like, hey, listen, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of like stepping backwards with my training. What should I do? She spent countless hours with me, helping me to kind of figure out what I was doing wrong and get that psychology together. You know, one of the biggest things that she said, I believe she just said it on here as well, I'm going to reiterate, is take what you see and not what you want. That's been the biggest thing for me. For, you know, once, I think Tony says this, once you see blue, you should never see red again, right? Because if you see blue, that's profit. There's no reason for you to be greedy and be holding out, because you could have taken that profit, put another entry in, and get back in the game. So I'm just so thankful for everyone, for the leadership, and just for everyone on the team, just helping each other out, no matter if we're on the same exact team or not. So thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Nicole. And I was just about to say that. I wanted Rashila to speak if she's free. She's the rock for Tony and me. Without Rashila, this does not work. So, you know, please give her a lot of credit and stuff. She does more than enough for this team. And, you know, if, you know, like when she says that at the end of the month, those sessions, they're gone. If you're not elite, then, you know, she's done enough. So she's put the value out there for you guys to earn money. You guys should have enough within that month to put that money towards an elite package, you know? Yep. So, I mean, she can't do it for free forever, you know? So, but
Rashila, ooh, big baby, my package paid for itself today. I am so sorry to interrupt, but I want to tell y'all that I went back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And I had that FOMO where I was watching everybody else get dubbed. So I had the chat with myself. We have a bomb ass platform. And Titan was the selling point for me. And with the record that Titan had, it became a no-brainer, literally. And I don't know if you guys saw in the chat, but I made a return on my investment today. I got the $1,200 that it cost for me to upgrade from bronze to Gold Prime, but then I also had an extra $100 just to have, I guess, just to say thanks, I guess, from the market for me beating it down, because Titan gave me the trade, and I'm so happy about that. And if it weren't for my teammates, Ray or Sheila, y'all are so sickening about this prime pack, and now I understand why. Literally, it's the first time I've been with the company where I feel like people are telling people to upgrade because we're actually giving them more value. So I don't know if you guys have been in other companies like I have in the past, where upgrading got you nothing but spending more money out of your pockets. This, do it. If you can, do it. And if you can't, start small with Titan and then do it, because you can trade your way to it. I believe in these products so much. Y'all are about to see me go crazy, because after today, I would be a fool not to believe it. And that's why I put the proof in the chat for y'all. Don't worry. Once I get this little withdrawal issue shown, I'm going to go ahead and have that final piece. I'll share it for y'all to share with your family members. But it paid for itself today. Today.
Chai, the extra $100 is for you to come see me.
You know what? Okay, because I'm about to use this package like it ain't nobody's business. I like to, use what I pay for.
That is awesome.
Absolutely.
That is goals right there. I've been saying to myself that the first 1,000 that I make from this, I'm getting an upgrade, because you are absolutely right. Upgrade, like you join things and they're like, oh, upgrade just so that, like the upline can get an extra bonus. But this, it's not about that. It's about the extra value, like the 10x value that you get. So I'm just so excited about this, guys.
Yeah, absolutely. So another thing I wanted to mention is, when your trade goes blue, let's talk about that a little bit, because I made that mistake. Yes, was it yesterday? I think on German 30, is when it went blue, I should have took my profit. And if it retraced back when it went in profit again, I should have took it again. But you take your eye off the ball for just a little bit. Those indices, they move so fast. You cannot mess around with them. They will come and hit your stop loss and then go back down for like 200 pips. So as soon as that thing goes blue, take your profit. Look what Rachel is teaching about the scalping strategy. You have to, on the indices, you have to keep your eye on the prize. You cannot just turn away from your phone. You can make a lot of money very quickly, but you can also lose a lot of money. And the other thing I wanted to say, there is a lot of teams within the Lions Den. This team is CashflowWrld. We want CashflowWrld to be the biggest, the loudest, the most profitable team. You also have Rags to Riches, Forever Focus Group, Team Mac, Pip Society. I mean, Team Mac and Pip Society are actually with us, and soon we'll be integrating more with them so you guys can learn from them. But we want CashflowWrld to be the loudest. Eventually, we're going to have our merchandise and everything out there so you guys can really represent. So I'm glad you guys are all having a good time and you're enjoying it. And, you guys, love the value that we're providing. So with that said, I'll turn it back over to Tony if you want to just go ahead and close us out.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, it's definitely been a fun, we're almost about, I'd say solid 45 minutes. It's been an amazing 45 minutes with you guys. I want you guys to take this information and just implement it, right? Whatever you took from this call, whether, it was the beginning, maybe you took, just a phrase from this call, right? Whatever it is, take it and run with it 120%. I want you guys to take this information and capitalize, right? I want you guys to take this information and understand that there's going to be a learning curve while going through this, right? Now, this is going to be first of many trainings that I'm going to be doing. Nicholas is going to be doing building trainings every single Friday as well. So make sure you guys are completely packing out for these calls, right? We have 3 main calls as a team. We have our team call, we have our trade training call, and we have our building training call, right? If any calls that you can make, I highly recommend you get on the calls that your mentors and your leaders are on, because like Nicholas said, we want to be the loudest and the proudest within the Lions Den, okay? And I have a very, very strong belief system that that's going to happen within the next 6 to 12 months, right? So let's continue to grow. Let's continue to prosper. Let's continue to get to that next level. Nicholas, do you have anything else?
Yeah, one more thing. So tomorrow's building call will be on daily method of operation, and this includes me and Tony. I mean, we have to practice what we preach. You guys have to have that daily method of operation. I also forgot one team, Dustin's team, BALN. Dustin is actually working on a funnel for the entire team that we can use. So that way you can generate leads and everything. You'll have your own capture page. You can capture your email addresses. You can integrate with his softwares for ringless voicemail, SMS marketing. So there's a lot of things that are coming. So anyways, with that said, let's go ahead and close this out. Tony, thank you very much. That was a fire presentation. We'll get that uploaded on the CashflowWrld YouTube channel this evening for everybody that missed it. And we will see you tomorrow. Have a good day.
See you all at the beaches of the world and the banks. God bless.
Bye.